Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Now we are going to discuss about two types of functions, composition of functions and invertible function. First one, composition of functions. Let us have two functions f and g, two function. F I am taking different from set A to set B. G function different from set B to set C. Here f function A to B means sets can be represented by closed curve. Set A, this is set B. F defining from set A to set B. Here let us take f domain element x, its range element which is of the form f of x. We know that. In f of x means here x belongs to what about means domain of f, domain of this f function. F of x means this is range of f function. We know that. Next, another set C I am taking. Set C. G function different from set B to set C. G function. G domain element set B, codomain element set C. Here G domain element f of x means its range element which is of the form G of f of x. Mind it, in G of f of x, what is the domain of G means this is f of x belongs to your domain of G. Important one. And total G means here, G means it belongs to range of G. Like this. Now, the composition of two functions f and g. The composition of two functions f and g denoted by like this. GOF from here. From is here f domain to g codomain, very important. The composition of f and g denoted by like this means it is read as GOF or G circle f like this, or the composition of G with f. Simply it is read as GOF from here f domain to g codomain. From f domain set A, g codomain here set C. GOF from set A to set C like this. F domain set A to G codomain set C like this. It is also a function. Function means we know that every element of here set A has one and only one image. A GOF, it is also a function. Its domain is set A and codomain is set C. It is defined by like this. Defined by GOF of x. Yes, GOF, its domain element here x. This is equal to like this. Its range element which is of the form like this. G of f of x. For all here x belongs to domain of the set like this. Here f and g are two functions. F domain element set A, codomain element set B. Here f domain element x, if you take its range element f of x. G function domain element set B, codomain element set C. G domain element, if you take here f of x form, its range element which is of the form g of f of x. Clearly, the composition of f and g, two functions denoted by GOF here. GOF means from domain of f set A to codomain of g set C. It is also a function. What is the domain of GOF means set A? What is the codomain means set C? It is defined as like this. GOF of x, GOF domain element x, this is equal to range element G of like this. G of f of x. GOF of x defined as directly is equal to G of a remover take of f of x for all x belongs to set A. Now I am taking one example. Set A, set B. Set A elements I am taking 1, 2, 3, 4. Set B elements A, B, C, D, E. Function f is defined from set A to set B. I take 1 is mapping with A, 2 is mapping with B, 3 is mapping with C, 4 is mapping with D. Is it a function means? Clearly it is a function. Every element of set A has only one image. Therefore, it is a function. Now I am taking set C. P, Q, R, S, T like this. G function different from set B to set C. Here G domain set B, codomain set C. A is mapping with P, B is mapping with P, C is mapping with Q, D is mapping with R, E is mapping with S. G is it a function? See, G domain set B. Here every element of set B has one and only one image. Therefore, G is a function. Then composition of F and G denotes like this here. GOF means from F domain here. F domain set A to G codomain set B. That is like this. A to C denotes like this. Now F function can be represented by set notation, set form. Here F equal to 1 comma A, 2 comma B, 3 comma C, 4 comma D. And next G function here. G function A comma P. Next B comma P. So next C comma Q. D comma R. E comma S. This can be written as like this. Domain element, range element, F of 1 equal to A. Domain element 1 here, range F of 1, range element value A. Similarly, F of 2 equal to B. Similarly, F of 3 equal to C. Similarly, F of 4 equal to D. So next, here, this can be written as G of A equal to P, G of B equal to P, G of C equal to Q, G of D equal to R, G of E equal to S. You know this. GOF, you know that here. GOF defined from set A to set C. Correct here. GOF means set A means here. Set A elements 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Set C elements P, Q, R, S, T. P, Q, R, S, T. Now I am going to find here GOF range elements. Range elements we shall see how to find here. What are the domain of GOF here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct here. First I am taking GOF first element here 1 I am taking like this. Something mind it. It is function defined by, we know that, mind it, I am repeating this. GOF of X can be defined as like this. G of F of X like this. G of F of X, remove or take here bracket of F of X. Here similarly GOF of 1 defined as G of F of 1. Correct. G of F of 1 value. Here we have F of 1 equal to A. Substitute F of 1 value A. G of a value. G of A equal to P. Means here one domain element here means its image element is P like this. One is mapping with P like this. Next, second domain element 2. GOF of 2, it is defined as G of F of 2. Substitute the values. G of first F of 2 value. Here we have F of 2 equal to B. G of B. G of B value P. To pre-image element, domain element, this is range element. 2 is mapping with P. Next, 3. GOF of 3. G of it is defined as F of 3. G of a substitute F of 3 value. F of 3 equal to C. Next, G of 3 value. F of 3 equal to C. G of C. G of C equal to Q. Means 3 is mapping with Q. Next, here domain element 4. GOF of 4 defined as G of F of 4. G of F of 4. Substitute F of 4 value D. G of D, G of D equal to R. G of D equal to R. Mind it. So clearly, G of domain elements 1, 2, 3, 4 in set form here. G O F, this is equal to, directly I am writing here. Here 1 comma P like this. Domain element is image element, M is range element 1 comma P. Next here 2 comma P. Next 3 comma Q. 4 comma R. Got it. It's like this. We find the composite of two functions G and F. One thing mind it, here domain of F is set A, codomain is set B. Correct. What is the range of F here? Range of F A, B, C, D means here. Range of F set A, B, C, D. Got it? And domain of G set B equal to A, B, C, D, E. So when this composition function GOF is defined means only when, you mind it, first one here F. Range of F is a subset of domain of G, then your GOF will be defined, otherwise not defined. Observe here, a range of, this is F means take range of F, only a range of F function A, B, C, D, set up all those elements. And domain of G, total set B, domain of G set B, total. So clearly, all the elements of range of F are contained in domain of G. Therefore, here we say that range of F is a subset of domain of G. Got it? Very important thing here. When it is defined means range of F is a subset of domain of G, then GOF is defined. Next, if you take here FOG, when FOG is defined, means here the composition of G and F denote like this. Here composition of F and G denote GOF. The composition of G and F denote FOG. When it is defined means range of G is a subset of, means what? Range of G is a subset of domain of F. Then FOG is defined, otherwise not defined. Means we can find, if it is defined means we can find GOF. So clearly one thing mind it, GOF need not be equal to FOG. Very important one. Mind it here. The composition of F and G, mind it, denoted by like this GOF. GOF defined from domain of F set A to codomain of G set C like this. And it is defined by GOF of X, this is equal to G of F of X for all X belongs to domain of GOF, it is also a function. GOF domain element set A, codomain set C, we know that because it is a function, it is defined by like this GOF of X equal to G of F of X for every X belongs to A. One thing mind it, it is defined range of F here is a subset of domain of G. Next, clearly FOG is defined, range of G is a subset of domain of F. Clearly, GOF is not equal to FOG. Now we go to invertible function. So we know that bijective function. Bijective function means if function is both 1, 1 and onto, such type of function is nothing but a bijective function. What is meant by 1, 1 function? Invertible function. What is meant by 1, 1 function means we know that different elements of the domain have different images in codomain means clearly 1, 1. And onto function means every element of the codomain there exists at least one pre-image element in domain, then it is onto function, we know that. When bijective function can be defined means domain and codomain contain same number of elements. For example, this is set A, this is set B. Set A taking 4 elements 1, 2, 3, 4. Set B elements A, B, C, D. Set A contains 4 elements, set B contains your 4 elements, then bijective function can be defined. 1 is mapping with A, 2 is mapping with B, 3 is mapping with C, 4 is mapping with D. Clearly, different elements of the set A are mapping with different elements of set B. Therefore, F is 1, 1. Is it onto? See, go to codomain. Every element of the codomain there exists at least one pre-image element. Therefore, clearly it is onto. F is 1, 1 and onto means clearly F is bijective. Function is bijective means then function is invertible. How it is invertible means, let us see. Clearly it is 1, 1 and onto. Clearly it is bijective. Bijective means function is invertible. Invertible means then inverse of this function exists. F is invertible means its inverse function exists. Invertible function or inverse of a function we can say. That is, here we define F from set A to set B. This is a bijective means 1, 1 and 2. Its inverse exists. F inverse from set B to set A. Yeah, like this. Set B to set A. Arrow mark observe. Set B to set A. F inverse. So clearly, F inverse domain is set B. Codomain is set A. Here F domain here we have set A and codomain is set B. So mind it, here both your function F function domain set A, but F inverse domain is not set B. It means not set A, set B. This is mind it. Very important. So F inverse from set B to set A. How it is means see. Set B, set A, F inverse. Set B elements A, B, C, D. Set A elements 1, 2, 3, 4. Means here A is like this. A is mapping with 1, B is mapping with reverse in order, C is mapping with it like this. Clearly it is minded. F inverse from set B to set A means like this. Set B to set A. So minded. Here clearly F is, we know that 1, 1 and onto it is bijective. It is bijective means a function is invertible. Function is invertible means then F inverse exists. F inverse exists, that is from set B to set A like this. F inverse from set B to set A. So clearly we can say that this F inverse function clearly it is 1, 1. Clearly it is 1, 1. Clearly it is onto. Therefore F inverse is also both 1, 1 and onto. Then it is also F inverse is also invertible. Invertible. Simple meaning, what is invertible function means, if F is both 1, 1 and onto, then F is said to be invertible, that's it. If F is invertible means, then F inverse exists. This exists. Here F from A to B is a function is bijective, means clearly it is invertible. Its inverse exists, F inverse from B to A, like this. Got it? Next, one thing, here F from A to B is a bijective function defined by F of x equal to y for every year domain element x belongs to domain element x belongs to set A. Its if inverse exists, then F inverse from B to A is defined by F inverse of y equal to x. F inverse of y equal to x for all here y belongs to here set B. Here F domain element x, where x belongs to here set A. F inverse domain elements here y belongs to set B like this. F inverse of y equal to x for every here y belongs to set B. It is defined like this. Got it? So when inverse function exists means inverse function here F inverse exists means if function is both 1 and onto, then function is invertible. Function is invertible means its inverse exists like this. Alternative definition. Alternative definition. A function f from a to b is said to be invertible. Is said to be invertible if there exists a function here like this, f inverse from b to a. Here I am f inverse denoting g like this here. F from a to b is said to be invertible if there exists a function like this, g from b to a means g equal to f inverse, such that GOF equal to identity function f domain set A, very important. F domain set A means identity function on set A. GOF means it is different from your domain of F to codomain of G, and FOG equal to identity function. Here G domain this is set B. G domain set B. Then we say that here G is called inverse of F, and it is written as G equal to F inverse like this. G equal to F inverse. PU definition, mind it. Alternatively, we can say that the function is bijective, then F is invertible like that. Or alternative definition, if F from A to B is said to be invertible if there exists a function G from B to A such that GOF equal to identity function F domain here set A, and FOG equal to identity function G domain here set B. GOF equal to identity function, FOG equal to identity function. Here after write subscript here, mind it. F domain here set a subscript. Here identity function is subscript, G domain set B. Then we say that G is called inverse of F. We write G equal to F inverse. Here therefore G equal to F inverse like this. Suppose you substitute G equal to F inverse here. F inverse or F equal to identity function on here. Here G equal to F inverse. F or F inverse equal to identity function like this. The composition of any function and its inverse function is always identity function. The composition of any function and its inverse function is always identity function. Got it. Important one. This is how to represent here subscripts. Got it. F domain here. This is subscript here. F inverse domain here. F inverse domain set B. Got it. Very important. Yes. Now I am going to CT1. See the problems. First problem, let L be the set of all straight lines in the Euclidean plane. Two lines L1 and L2 are said to be related by the relation R if and only if L1 is perpendicular to L2, then the relation R is A option reflexive, B option symmetric, C option transitive. D option, none of these. Mind. Read the problem. Let L be the set of all straight lines in the Euclidean plane, means plane, two-dimensional plane. Two lines L1 and L2 are said to be related by the relation R if and only if L1 is perpendicular to L2. What is the relation means? A perpendicular to relation on the set of all lines in the plane. Then the relation R is reflexive, symmetric, transitive, or none of these. Mind it, we know that for any line cannot be perpendicular to itself. Therefore, it is not reflexive. Correct. Suppose here L1 line is perpendicular to L2 line. L2 line is also perpendicular to L1. Therefore, perpendicular to relation is symmetric. Next, come to transitive. L1 is perpendicular to L2. L2 is perpendicular to L3. Then what is the relation between first line and third line? Very important. A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R. Then A comma C belongs to R means relation is transitive. L1 is perpendicular to L2. L2 is perpendicular to L3. Then what is the relation between L1 and L3? Parallel, but relation is perpendicular. Therefore, perpendicular is not transitive. It is only symmetric. Mind it, perpendicular to relation on the set of all lines in a plane, it is always symmetric, but neither reflexive nor transitive. Means it is only symmetric. Clearly, B option is the right option. Next, second problem. For real numbers x and y, and let R be the relation defined by the rule x related to y if and only if x minus y plus root 2 is an irrational number, the relation R is A option reflexive, B option symmetric, C option transitive, D option none of these. For real numbers x and y, and let R be the relation defined by the rule x related to y if and only if here. Double implies means if and only if x minus y plus root 2 is an irrational number. Then what type of relation it is? X related to y. Instead of this, we can write x comma y belongs to R. Both representations are same. What is the relation between x and y? Here we have relation x minus y plus root 2. It is an irrational number. Got it? Is it reflexive? Reflexive means x related to x here. X related to means here y equal to x minus x plus root 2. Cancels root 2. Clearly it is an irrational number. Therefore, clearly this relation is reflexive. We can say that clearly it is reflexive. We can say that. Because only you have reflexive, symmetric, transitive. Well, A option is the right option. And if you want to verify whether it is symmetric or not, means take like this here. Suppose here root 2 related to 1 here. Root 2 related to 1 means here x equal to root 2, y equal to 1. X equal to root 2, y equal to 1. Root 2 plus root 2, 2 root 2 minus 1. 2 root 2 minus 1 means clearly it is an irrational number. Correct. Then 1 related to root 2, verify. Here x equal to 1, y equal to root 2 plus root 2. 1 it is not an irrational number. Not irrational number. Therefore 1 is not related to 2 like this. It is not symmetric. Clearly it is not transitive also. It is only reflexive. Clearly A option is the right option. Next, third problem. Let S be the set of all real numbers, then the relation so R equal to A comma B such that 1 plus AB is greater than 0 on S is A option reflexive and symmetric but not transitive. B option reflexive and transitive but not symmetric. C option symmetric and transitive but not reflexive. So D option reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Here is the problem. Let S be the set of all real numbers here. S means set of all real numbers. Then the relation R equal to R. R equal to A comma B such that 1 plus AB is greater than 0. Here AB belongs to a given set. This is understood. AB belongs to given set here. Then what about it is reflexive, symmetric? We shall verify. What about it is? Is it a reflexive? Reflexive means A comma A. If you take, suppose A comma A belongs to R means 1 plus A. B equal to A, same here. B equal to A. 1 plus A, relation between A and B, 1 plus A into B, AB. 1 plus A into A, yes. A into A. 1 plus A into A square. A square is non-negative. 1 means it is always greater than 0. Means 1 plus A square greater than 0. So it satisfies this condition. Therefore, it is reflexive. Is it symmetric? Here A comma B suppose belongs to R means what is the relation between A and B? This is 1 plus AB. 1 plus AB is greater than 0. 1 plus interchanging A and B, BA is greater than 0. Then clearly B comma A belongs to R. Clearly relation is symmetric. Got it. 1 plus AB is greater than 0. Interchanging A and B, BA same. 1 plus BA is greater than 0. Clearly it is symmetric. Is it transitive means? See. Taking one example here, I am taking here 5 comma 3 belongs to relation and 3 comma minus 1 by 4 belongs to relation. Two mid elements are equal, A comma B, B comma C. Then what is the relation between 5 and minus 1 by 4? Here 5 comma 3 means relation between A and B, 1 plus AB, 1 plus A into B is greater than 0. Here 1 take as it is. A into B means here 5 into 3 like this. 5 into 3 15, clearly it is greater than 0. And here AB here 1 plus AB 3 into minus 1 by 4. Is it greater than 0? Means 4 into 1 4 minus 3 means 1 by 4, clearly it is greater than 0. Correct. Then what is the relation between 5 and minus 1 by 4? Here 5 comma minus 1 by 4 when it belongs to R means here A into B 5 into minus 1 by 4. This is 1 plus AB. 1 plus A into B here. Here 4 into 1 4. 4 minus 5 minus 1 by 4 which is less than 0. Which is less than 0 cannot be greater than or equal to 0. Correct. Therefore it doesn't belong to relation. Therefore it is not transitive. Clearly it is reflexive and symmetric. Which is the right option. Reflexive and symmetric but not transitive. Clearly A option is the right option. Fourth problem. Let R be a relation defined on the set of integers given by A or B if and only A equal to 2 power k into B for some integer k, then R is A option, an equivalence relation, B option, reflexive but not symmetric, C option, reflexive and transitive but not symmetric, D option, reflexive and symmetric but not transitive. Mine. Verify what type of it is. Here A related to B, if and only if, what is the relation between A and B? A equal to 2 power k into B. See, it means little bit I'm going fast here. A equal to 2 power k into B. Here what about k means it is an integer here for some integer k. Is it reflexive means here? Here A equal to 2 power k into here B. A means A related to A. Got it. A related to B. A equal to 2 power k into here. For some integer k equal to 0 means here k equal to 0 means 2 power 0 1. Then A equal to A. Clearly A equal to A. Clearly it is reflexive. Is it symmetric means A related to B means a relation between A and B. This is the A equal to 2 power k into B. So here B equal to 2 power k taken this side, 2 power minus k, it become A as it is left side. B equal to 2 power minus k. Here minus k is integer. Therefore B related to A. A related to B, then B related to A. Clearly it is symmetric. Correct. Next is it transitive means here. Transitive, A related to B and B related to C. What is the relation between A and B? This is A equal to 2 power k into B. And what is the relation between B and C? B equal to 2 power k into C. First one B equal to 2 power k into C. Here A equal to 2 power k into, substitute here B value, this is B value, 2 power k or 2 power another integer k1 here, k1 into C. So A power 2 power here, best as same by adding powers, k plus k1 into C. K plus k1 integer, correct. A equal to 2 power integer into C, clearly A related to C, clearly it is transitive. Clearly it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive means clearly it is an equivalence relation. Clearly A option is the correct option. Thank you very much.